Wow, I can relate to that song. Welcome back. This is Lauren with the Game Design Lexicon. We are currently playing Alter Ego for MS-DOS. That is a mid-'80s life simulation game. It's mainly a bunch of reading and multiple choices. So we just got served Brussels sprouts, and I'm definitely not going to panic over them. Run screaming from the table. Feed the sprouts to my dog, Godo. Gudo. Is that my dog's name, Gudo? What the hell kind of dog name is that? I'll just eat the damn things. What kind of child is that obedient? Have you ever heard the expression, develop a taste for something? That's a nice way of saying that you were forced to eat it as a child. Brussels sprouts may be good for you, but they are also the kind of food that makes you have bad dreams. You could have gotten away with not eating them. There's nothing fucking wrong with Brussels sprouts. They're just small cabbages, people. There's nothing wrong with them. If you like vegetables, you like Brussels sprouts. Come on. Now, if you're a kid and you don't like vegetables, that's fine, you know. I mean, you might be able to deal with potatoes and carrots because they're more starchy than not. But and peas, I can understand. Peas have a weird taste, and the little like shell thing around the gooiness inside. I mean, that would put somebody off, but. I mean, you can cook peas in a way where a kid will enjoy it, like make a nice ham and split pea soup. That's awesome, dude. Speaking of which, I could really use some split pea soup. That sounds awesome. That'd be a good lunch. I wish I could get some. Anyway, next. An exciting movie is on television. The whole family is in the living room watching it. You get up to get a drink of water and return to find all of the good seats have been taken. So far, there's only been my mom, my dad, and me in the family. Who else is taking my fucking seats? Oh, I guess it's only mom and dad in the seats. Oh, whatever. Who cares? When you grow up, you will probably need to take an assertiveness training course. You miss most of the movie, laughing only when everyone else laughs. The dog comes over and sits by your leg. You can pet it. You can always rely on your faithful Gudo to make you feel important and worthwhile. Your mother gets up to answer the phone, and Gudo acquires her chair. For you, the two of you can now watch the movie in peace. So, when I was a kid, of course, again, 2 brothers, 2 sisters, I remember my mom at one point in time sewed these, like, huge pillows. And those went in between my mom and dad's easy chair and the TV. I think at some points we had a couch off to the side, like a little love seat. Sometimes I think at one point in time we actually had like a 3-person couch, but the TV room almost always consisted of the TV, and then on the other end of the TV was a center table surrounded by my mom and dad's easy chair, or what is it, Lazy Boy or whatever the hell. And then of course on that table in the center was what we called the ash pit. The biggest ashtray you've ever seen. So it was absolutely horrible, and they'd always get pissed off when we throw stuff in there, like anything that could burn, because then they go and put a cigarette in it and it'd catch on fire or smell. Like gum was another good one. So you'd like put gum just below the surface, so when they go to put their cigarette out, they'd put it in the gum, and the gum would burn a little, and it would make like the worst smell, as if the fucking menthol cigarettes weren't already the worst smell in the world. But fun times. Your dad has promised that he will fix your bicycle. He is taking a nap, so he's not doing anything. Now seems like a good time to remind him. No, I'm, whatever. I'll tap his shoulder. You tap Dad rapidly on the shoulder and say, "Dad," next to his ear, but he doesn't seem to move. Is he dead? I'll get Mom. You try to enlist Mom's help, but she recommends that you let Dad have his little nap. You can... let him have his nap. Dad isn't feeling too energetic right now, but when he wakes up, he fixes your bike. Good, lazy bastard. You arrive at the dentist and discover that you have 4 rather large cavities that need to be filled. Dentist? Yeah, whatever. Cool thing about the dentist is the laughing gas, I gotta say. I remember there was one time I had my wisdom. This is actually when I was an adult. I had wisdom teeth taken out of one side of my mouth, and best part of it was the laughing gas. Hell yeah, dude. I remember because like my upper wisdom teeth was highly embedded, so they had to kind of saw it out and everything. And I remember I was conscious for the entire thing, and I remember at one point in time feeling like little bits of teeth flying up against the roof of my mouth under the force of that saw. And for some reason, I mean, that's absolutely horrifying sounding, but for some reason I was amused, and that reason was nitrous oxide. Let's see. Block out the sensation with my mind, something I will have to do over and over as an adult eventually. Your status sheet suggests that you're emotionally Your status sheet suggests that you're emotionally Your status sheet suggests that emotionally you are not capable of performing such a feat. The pain sneaks into your consciousness, but is not unbearable. This experience will toughen you for next time. One of your playmates is the daughter of your mother's friend. Her name is Cindy. Ooh, Cindy. Cindy. Oh my God, Cindy. Anyway. One day, while you and Cindy are alone, you become very curious about one another. I'll just pause there for a sec. Cindy suggests that you play a make-believe game of doctor. And I'll just pause there for a sec. So let's be shy. Yeah, I'll be the doctor first. What the hell? You have made an inappropriate response. Oh, fuck you. Bold. Let's play trucks instead. You have made an inappropriate response. Damn this game, dude. What is up with that? Why doesn't it assign bold or shy to each response if there's only one option? Okay, bold. I'll be doctor first. Cindy says it's my game and I want to be doctor first. You can quit. Cindy says, you are a big baby. I don't want to play with you anymore. She walks away in a huff. Yeah. That's pretty much going to be that situation over and over, even when you're an adult. Okay. While rummaging around in the kitchen drawer, you come across a book of matches. Oh. Conscientious, put the matches away. They're not to be played with. Later on, when you're a teen, yeah, I mean, you can blow up the garage and all the stuff in there later, but as a kid, yeah, you don't want to burn your parents' house down. A positive choice. There's nothing to be gained here except a disaster. You may have just prevented a major loss to you and your family. Another thing. I remember one time me and a friend of mine were playing in our garage, and we had my parents went camping all the time, and at the time, the main form of lanterns we had were all kerosene-based, so we had one of those little gallon jugs of kerosene sitting out in the garage, and what we were doing is we were pouring a little bit of kerosene on the ground, we're lighting it on fire. Which, of course, it's funny, because it's a cyclical thing. I'll have to elaborate on that, but at one point in time, the can of kerosene caught on fire, and my friend, who wasn't the most level-headed person in the world, just freaked the fuck out. I mean, all I remember is him panicking while I walked over to the garden hose, turned it on, and just hosed the thing off. Which, of course, wasn't the smartest thing to do, being that it's a chemical that floats on top of water, but it worked at the time. So, little bit of history for that. The reason why it's cyclical is because apparently my oldest brother, Jeff, at one point in time was doing something similar. He was doing something a little bit more stupid. They were basically dipping the toe of their shoe into it, and they had like a little, I think, a mayonnaise jar lid. I was too young to remember this, and this is all secondhand memory. Somebody told me this. A little mayonnaise jar lid, and they were dipping their toe in it and lighting it on fire, and I guess my brother Eric wanted to do it, and he did it and spilt the kerosene like all over his pants leg and set himself on fire, and now, even to this day, he has just like a scarred up leg from it. So, Fun adventures when you're a kid. You are in school, and the teacher is giving a boring lecture. The boy sitting 2 seats away is rolling up a piece of paper and putting it in his mouth. Using the barrel of his pen, he spits the paper at the blackboard, where it lands with a wet splat. The teacher is furious. She screams, "Who did this?" Everyone in the class is howling until she promises that if the person who did this will not come forward, the whole class will get a punishment. You are probably the only person who saw the true culprit. Yeah, dude, snitches get stitches, so keep quiet. Ambivalence can be a difficult emotion to handle. You probably feel a little anxious, some guilt, and a pinch of self-criticism. You can fantasize about telling. The teacher catches you daydreaming and sends you out of the room. So, another good story. This one's a first-hand memory. It happened later, so I was in my teens, I think junior high school. I was in class, and Jody Donovan, remember the kid's name, sitting right behind me, was eating this bag of jelly beans, right? And I think at one point in time he got pissed off at our math teacher, Miss Harris, who, one of the reasons why I have such vivid memories of her is because she was literally the worst teacher I think I've ever had in my life. She was mean, spiteful, whatever. At one point in time, I guess a future anecdote is, at one point in time, Jody Donovan, the kid that sits behind me, who was just basically a troublemaker, so they clashed constantly. During about halfway through the school year, she had moved his desk out into the hall, and that's where he had to sit all the time for the rest of the semester. Anyway, Jody Donovan was eating jelly beans, and he threw one and hit Miss Harris in the back of the head. And it was so fucking funny. Like, everyone roared laughing, right? She turned around. Who threw that? The whole, if nobody comes forward, I'm going to punish the whole class thing. And then eventually, I guess, after enough frustration, she turned back around and started writing on the chalkboard again. And when she did, and Jody was confident enough that she was going to be facing the chalkboard long enough, he threw another jelly bean. And it was like right as she turned around, and instead of hitting her in the back of the head, it hit her glasses and like went tick off of it. And of course, everybody lost it, and Jody went straight to the office for it. That was funny. Anyway, at school, all your friends are talking about a television program that you couldn't stay up to watch. A friend asks if you saw it. Unashamed. I didn't watch that show. Your confidence keeps them from making fun of you. Someone even offers to let you sleep over at his house next time it is on. Sometimes friends can be really great. Yeah, that wouldn't happen. You have just been ordered to bed by your parents in the middle of your favorite television show. Yeah, desperate. Beg for 10 more minutes. Begging makes your parents feel guilty. They let you stay up 10 more minutes. Hey, didn't think that'd work. There is one more ice pop in the freezer that is being saved for another family member. Your mouth waters at the thought of this cool, tasty treat. Yeah, no, it's being saved for somebody. I'll leave it. You don't expect to be rewarded for this act of simple consideration, do you? The knowledge that you have respected the privacy of others should be enough. Does this make you angry? Whatever. Fine, let's continue. Your best friend challenges you to a rock-throwing competition. Competition sucks, dude. Yeah, let's find something cooperative that we can play. That'd be fun. Your friend threatens to tell everyone at school that you are a girl unless you throw the rock. You can keep refusing. Your friend calls you a chicken. Yeah, that happened a lot when I was a kid. I'm not a competitive person, sorry. It's time to sell raffle tickets for the school baseball team again. Yeah, I'm not much of a salesman. I'll enlist Pop's help. Dad coaches you from the car as you go from door to door with little success. After an hour, he asks if you would like to see how it's done. You can... Yeah, sure. Dad shows you the old foot in the door technique. at Mrs. Marcus's house. This technique attracts the attention of both Mrs. Marcus and her 85-pound Doberman Pinscher, Bruiser, who cleanly removes the front of Dad's sneaker. You can... That was pretty good, but you can only do it twice. Now is not the best time to get wise, but he did ask for it. Ooh. Back of the throat tickle. That one's always weird because it feels like a cough to start off with, but then turns into a sneeze. Okay. While you're outside playing alone, a car pulls over to the side of the road, and the driver motions for you to come over. You notice the license plate says OBO 237. Suspicious. Stay where I am. He motions for you to come closer. He has a kind enough face. You hear him say that he's a policeman looking for a friend of yours. He asks if you will get in and help find your friend. You can. Stranger danger! Tell him I can't do that. He opens the door on your side. You turn to run away. He catches you and drags you into the car. You're kidnapped, tortured, and eventually killed. Holy shit, dude. Really? Great. Great. So, lesson learned, run away. I made it to 7 years old. Okay, well, let's, I guess do the female version. Well, shit, dude. I am speechless at the moment. Well, maybe not fully speechless here. Okay, female version it is. RGB. Alter ego. My name. Let's do Shelza. My female alter ego. Select my own personality. True. I'm likely false. Light sleeper false. Revenge is sweet false. Slow, tired, and true. Knowing who to impress true. False for car accidents. People who know me best like me as a person. God, I hope that's true. I'm extremely sensitive to criticism. True. I get nervous performing in front of people. What did I answer last time of that? I mean, that's a really weird one for me. The people around me seem happier than I do. That's true. I often get the urge to touch walls on... No, false. No touching wet paint. False to the short-tempered illness. On important matters, I usually follow my parents' advice. False. It is possible that we live in a world. False. When I am in a quiet place, I get an urge to scream. False. It is okay to tell a white lie. True. It is often pointless to try to discuss problems with other people. Often pointless. True. I am easily embarrassed. False. Children should be seen and not heard. False. I find it difficult to break the ice in conversations with people I barely know. False. My parents were strict. False. You can usually judge a person by first impressions. False. One way of getting people to treat you fairly is to take it false. I think questions like this are stupid and meaningless. Well, I wouldn't say meaningless, but maybe stupid. Welcome to Birth and Infancy. I must be the author of my own salvation. Laurie H. Huster from Invictus. Speech from Johannes to Nicholas, Act 3. You're in a warm, dark, comfortable place. This has been your place since you became aware that you are alive. It is almost time to enter a different world now. Yeah, let's stay in a little longer this time. Okay, you certainly can't be blamed for wanting to stay someplace safe and warm. Besides, you were learning early the social merits of being fashionably late. Okay, now let's come out. What a nice baby. Are you sure you're ready for this? It can get pretty hectic out there. I'll give you one more chance. That's the spirit. You're an easy delivery. Your mom and dad took special classes to help you. Go out there and give them heck. You're still too young to swear. Happy birthday and welcome to the world. From now on, life will begin to change rapidly. You will have to learn to accept responsibility, build up your resources, and manage yourself physically and emotionally. The events that transpire over the course of the next few days will include your rich Aunt Martha places a $500 bond in trust for you. You're the most beautiful baby in the... This is all the same, dude. Okay. A woman walks into the room holding a... Oh shit, this is all the same too. Okay, happy, coo. Since it's not going to let me choose different ones. Keep making noises. I'll just kind of speed through this a little. Restless and irritable, look around. Feel like you're going stir crazy, I can just imagine. The room is filled with bright colors, but you have trouble focusing on any of them. Calm myself down. A remarkable baby. Keeping calm can be very difficult, but if you start practicing this early, you will surely avoid ulcers later on. Okay. Remain awake. You really should try and get some rest. Infants need a lot of sleep. Care to take a nap? Sure, why not? Good idea. Infants do need their sleep. As a matter of fact, most newborns spend a very small amount of their time awake, only about 6 or 7 minutes of wakefulness per hour, for the first 6 or 8 weeks of life. Really? That's weird. What's even more interesting is the fact that out of all of this time, more than 50% of it is spent in sleep that follows the same pattern as adult dream sleep. What could you be dreaming about? Lying on your stomach, in the crib, you notice an interesting object an arm's distance away. Determination, let's grasp for it. You have the fighting spirit of your Aunt Martha. You sneak and crawl on your belly like a kitten trying to catch an unsuspecting mouse. You reach your destination, grasp the rattle confidently, and drool on it in victory. Intellectual sphere shows a marked increase. Emit a pleasureful yell. This stimulates vocal cords and language centers in your brain. Good language skills are essential to development. Intellectual sphere increases. No one is looking. Give a little yell for yourself for choosing this option. Go on. Did you do it? Sure. Good. I just gave you some extra social points for being a good sport. You're lying in a soft, furry blanket on the floor. You're on your back staring up at shadows that sometimes creep across the ceiling. Every so often, mom or dad... Oh, this is all the same. So let's do happy. Let's do roll on my side this time. This maneuver is a little too difficult for you to accomplish at your present age. You can roll about halfway to one side. Okay. You're lying down in your crib and are greeted by a nosy neighbor who has a child just your age. Oh no. Let's see. Let's do passive, and let's just fall asleep. You need your sleep a lot more than you need to listen to this silly adult. 20 years from now, you'll be gorgeous and sexy while she is getting old and wrinkly. You have shown good judgment. Lying down in the crib while your mom and dad are speaking in the other room. You hear their voices deep and muffled. Happy? Make noises. Mom comes in. Be quiet and attentive. Your mom lifts you up and gives you a bottle. Her comforting satisfies you emotionally. Let's stay quiet. You have missed a good opportunity to develop speech and language skills. Who cares? Others believe that language skills are products of the development of inborn structures. You do not suffer terribly as a result. Didn't I do that last time? You've just awakened from a nice long nap. Your mom comes in the room and wants to hold you. Okay. Let's smile at her. This is a great way to make a new mom feel good. I think we did that last time, didn't we? Oh yeah, this is the kiss. I just gave my first kiss. Okay. You're exploring the playpen and feeling very lively, like a ballerina. You grab a hold of the playpen bars and lift your legs. Let's see. Determined. Let go of the playpen. Your determination allows you to concentrate on the task at hand. Watch my feet carefully. You can't see where you are going. Your head is down and throwing your balance off. You spin around 180 degrees and grab the railing just before you fall on the mat. Want to try again? Sure. The agony of defeat. You teeter on one leg for what seems like an eternity. Do a half spin and bounce off the floor. That's enough for now. You'll get the hang of it sooner or later. You are quietly playing with your mother's pocketbook. She's not around. Look, it opens up so easily. Yeah? Look, touch, and empty. You pluck out some of the more interesting looking items, tasting one or two as you go along. They are definitely not for eating. You know Mom will be pleased with how nice you will look after you put on some of her lipstick. Wonderful. It's time to go to Aunt Lucy's house. It's chilly outside. Oh. Let's see. Playful. Let's go limp this time. This is one of your mom's favorite games. Oh, one of my favorite games. This is one of your favorite games. Mommy knows how uncomfortable the suit is and tries to distract you by making faces and singing the Go Bye Bye song. Parents are always singing because they know that music will often soothe the savage child. This makes you laugh, which in turn causes your mom even greater difficulty. It becomes a vicious cycle until your grandma intervenes. When your grandma tries to help you out, laugh even harder. You certainly are a happy baby, but no less difficult to dress. You're giving everyone an incredibly hard time, but no one seems to notice. Okay, well, let's give in. Testing the limits isn't always so terrible, and this may have been a good time to find out how tolerant everyone can be when you get into one of these moods. You get into your little suit and are carried out to the car. You suffer no serious long-term or short-term consequences. Mom and Dad are entertaining some friends while you are minding your own business. Oh, this is the stupid guy sticking his nose in my face. Anger. Hit him in the nose. A large target, and you hit it dead center. You reacted offensively to a potentially terrifying situation. You are learning to stick up for yourself. But don't forget to rely on your parents. They might have helped you in this situation. Yeah, like when I get kidnapped by a dude in a car and then tortured and killed. Stranger danger, dude. I'm still traumatized from that one. And if I remember properly, when I first played this game, I think I was traumatized by it at that time, too. It's like they were really trying to scare people into fucking not letting their kids get kidnapped. I wonder what the statistics are like back in the 70s and 80s when I was raised as compared to now. My guess is there probably isn't nearly as many, like, kidnappings and stuff like that. And it's always been kind of a bit of a... like, overblown thing as far as, I mean, obviously it happening is tragic and horrific, but I don't really think it's happened nearly as much as people panic about it happening. Like pretty much most panics, I guess. You are sitting in your high chair and eating your lunch, which consists of crackers, strained peas, and a mug of milk. Oh yeah, let's curious. Try and use the spoon this time. First, you put the back end of the spoon in your mouth, then you lift the cup with both hands. Hey, wait a second, that's the same goddamn thing that happened when I did the other thing. Find something else. Strained peas look interesting. You can taste some. Ugh, they are terrible. Physical stress increases slightly. Unfortunately, Mom feeds you the rest. That's a shitty one. While being taken to the park, your dad meets an old college buddy who's wheeling around a baby. Oh yeah, that's right. Curious. Put my finger next to the baby's face. Let's touch the baby's face. You poke the other baby right in the eye. He starts to cry. Your father is slightly embarrassed. The other dad is worried that his little baby is not strong enough to take a little poke. Dude, I poked him in the eye. And also, Dad, babies aren't macho. Just saying. Pat the other baby to calm him down. It doesn't work. Geez, this kid is a crybaby. You are learning that sometimes no matter how nice you are to some people, nice, I poked him in the eye, they just don't appreciate it. Your dad moves away from the other baby and gives you a cookie to keep you occupied. At least he appreciates your empathy. Up until this point in your life, oh, Weasley Rabbit again. Let's see. Unconcerned, do nothing. Your attachment to Weasley was weak. You would think that after all the hours that he kept you company, you would show a little more concern. Remember that time you pulled all of the buttons off the living room couch and were put in your room for the whole day? It was Weasley who kept you from going stir crazy. Learn to appreciate your friends, or they may abandon you in times of need. Anyway, this is Thorn with the Game Design Lexicon. We're currently playing Alter Ego for MS-DOS, a life simulation game. If you like our content, make sure you give us a follow down here below on Twitch. We do stream Monday through Friday, noon p.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's GMT minus 6. Or you can watch our videos afterwards over on YouTube, where we air them usually about a week after the air over here. Just no music or anything. And we're going to take a short break. Our music for the day is... God damn it, I keep forgetting the name of the band, and I'm kind of stupid that way. It's The Dead South, and the album is Good Company. It's some awesome progressive acoustic bluegrass Americana.